It's been a while. It's been a month since I've actually recorded. Um, that's because this YouTube stuff is hard. It's hard to put your life out there. And no negative comments so far, but I think, I don't know, I'm doing well, but not well. So the holidays have been difficult because I don't really have like a good structured family. So that was difficult. It is difficult. The holidays are just hard for people that come from dysfunctional families. That's all I have to say. But as far as my recovery goes with my fast, my knees got swollen again, by the way, because I ate a grilled cheese sandwich. So I had bread and dairy, and I had it for 2 days in a row, and my knees swelled up like a balloon. So that's back to like normal. But one thing that I noticed that when my knees were unswollen, let's say, when they were down at 33.5, my ankles hurt really, really bad. And I'm talking really bad. Like, I could hardly, I could walk, but it was very painful. So I noticed that when my knees are really swollen, my ankles don't hurt. So there's some kind of mechanism. There's muscles that are being pulled. My fascia is pulling. And it doesn't take a lot to have your body malfunction, especially when it comes to fascia and tendons and muscles and trigger points. So there is something that is going on with my fascia, with a trigger point from my knees to my ankle. Still have not started any medication. I am still waiting on that. I'm supposed to go the 10th to get an infusion, and let's see how that works. So I've been liberal with my diet. After my fast, there's one thing that I noticed is that I recovered much faster. So if I ate, so for 2 days, the glute and the dairy did not bother me. It was on like day number 3 where it all just bam, like everything, like my body reached its limit. Whereas before it would be within 24 hours that I would get the swelling and all that stuff. And I noticed that my body kind of bounces back a little bit faster. And I noticed also that I have more flexibility. But anyway, it's a position where you twist your back, your legs, and you have your hand over your legs. But that position, I used to not be able to do left arm over my leg, and now I can. So that was after, I don't think I did that stretch. I hadn't done that stretch in like several weeks, I would say. And then after my fast, it's like it was weird. I could just do it now. I could actually get my elbow over my knee in that position. And I used to not be able to do that. So it's helped the larger part of my body, let's say, like my big muscles or whatever, or I don't know if that has to do with my back or what it is, or my hip. But so there are stretches that I'm doing better at than I did before. So in that case, fasting does work. It did do something because I do feel stronger. I feel stronger. I feel like I can recover a little bit faster from the stuff that I eat, even though I shouldn't be eating it. But I've been like an addict, just eating whatever I want. Not whatever I want. I mean, I don't go, crazy over stuff. Like I had pumpkin pie. So let's say I'll have a piece of pumpkin pie, and then one day I'll eat the crust, and then the next day I won't eat the crust. I mean, it's stuff like that. But I mean, you can call me like a food addict, I guess. I wouldn't consider a food addict because I just can't stay away, can't stay away from bad food, which I wouldn't really consider pumpkin pie a bad food, but I mean, it's bad for me. And I've been eating sweet potatoes. I've been eating a lot of sweet potatoes, which are bad because they have oxalates in them. But yeah, I have been still maintaining meat as my primary source of food. I'm still eating about a pound of meat every single day. That hasn't stopped. If I don't eat meat, I don't feel like I've eaten for the day. But here I'm gonna do my walk for you guys. Okay, so that might have not been, I mean, as you could see probably that I'm walking a little bit faster. So that's about it. So all that improvement is without any medication. Well, today I'm amped up on steroids. I did take 20 milligrams today. And the last time I took the prednisone was on Thanksgiving Day, just so I could be active with my family. And yeah, but other than that, so I'm still just taking that twice a week, 20 milligrams twice a week. And then, and I haven't really been taking the Plaquenil all that much. I don't know, I just haven't been taking it for some reason. I think I've only taken it like maybe 10 or 15 times this month. I'm supposed to take it every day. And the ursodiol I haven't really been taking. So I still have to go get my blood work done to see how that's going. But I don't feel better. I feel stronger, but I mean, the pain in my ankles, probably to an exercise physiologist or somebody that knows. Oh, by the way, I'm not seeing my massage therapist anymore because the insurance canceled it or something. The insurance won't pay for it anymore, so I can't really see her. So I've improved a lot as far as from this year to last year. I've improved a lot. Like I'm doing little tiny running bits. I go to the high school track, which has a rubberized track, and I run barefoot 50 yards. I just run for 50 yards, and that's it. And so I've been doing that. The only reason I run very slowly, by the way, but the only reason I do that is because it causes you to use different muscles in your feet, and then especially if you're doing it barefoot. So that's why I'm doing that, not for any benefit to getting big muscles or anything like that. And my glutes, by the way, are nice and growing. They're still growing, and I'm very surprised. Like, I actually have a butt that kind of sticks out a little tiny bit. Yeah. So my glute. Oh, well, with the glute exercises, one thing that I wanted to say was I do glute activation exercises. I do not do glute strengthening exercises. I'm starting to do those now, but my muscles, my glute muscles just grew out of normal everyday activity, doing this little walk, getting up out of bed, riding my bike, doing my little running. All that uses your glutes, but they don't make your glutes grow. You have to do, things that are a little bit more, I don't know, strenuous or more precise to really actually make them grow. But my glutes have grown to the capacity that I move around. And so I have a little butt now, and it's really nice. And I think that my glutes, because they're the biggest muscle in your body, I think that they have really helped. I think that they have helped with the arthritis and everything. I think they're helping with everything. I mean, just the fact that the muscle there is growing, because you use your glutes really for a lot of things. Your glutes are your glutes and your abs. I'm always crunching my abs. I'm always sure. I always try to make sure that I crunch my abs. I feel it, but I also believe it, because of what other people have, on other authority, on people that actually, you know, specialize in glutes. Your glutes, they help your body in so many different ways. And I really believe that it's been my glutes that have really helped me, probably with my walking. I think they've helped me with my knees. And I just think that it's contributed. I mean, obviously, I take the prednisone and the swelling goes down, and that helps, and it's great. But in between the prednisone, taking the prednisone, my walking is fine. I mean, on the days that I take the prednisone, I have a lot less pain, but not that much less pain. It's less, but it's not that much. So instead of being at a 7 or an 8, I go down to like a 5 or a 5, probably, maybe 6. But yeah, so anyway, so your glutes are super duper important, very important. If there's any muscle that you focus on, I would say your glutes. Even though, like, our whole society is like, oh, everybody wants to have a big butt like Kim Kardashian. Well, okay, whatever. Her butt is filled with fat. I mean, you can. She doesn't have muscles back there. And I used to think, oh, it's vain, to work on your butt muscles, because, you want to have big butt muscles. No, you want to have big butt muscles so that you can live a long time. Yes, I absolutely believe that. They're the biggest muscle. My glute muscles grew just from the activation exercises. If you go on the internet or go on YouTube and do glute activation exercises, there are just a whole slew of videos. I went to this guy, I don't know what his name is, but he has an animation, a cartoon of a flat butt and then a brown butt. And so that's the one that I watched. There's a whole, there's Brett Contreras. You can Google him, or you can go to the glute lab, to the butt lab on YouTube, and he should pop up as well. I forget what that other guy's name is, but he was good too. Brett Contreras has a PhD in glutes, and the other video that I got the exercises from, the guy has a PhD in glutes as well, and he's been studying the glutes for 30 years. So the guy knows what he's talking about. Anyway, so all my glute exercises, I would just do those, just probably 10 every day. Well, I started out with just doing one. I could only do one repetition. Now I could do 10. But I started out with just being able to do one repetition and maybe 5 repetitions of there are 2 different ones that you do. But anyway, so my repetitions were really low. Now I just, every single morning or every single day or before I go to sleep, I'll do glute activation exercises. And I do 10. Right now I do 10. Sometimes I'll do 20. Maybe I'll do it twice a day. I'll do 20. And that's it. And so these are not exercises they're not difficult. They're not difficult at all. It was very easy for me to do. I do them on my bed. I do them before I wake up, before I get up, or before I go to sleep. And they're easy. So again, my glutes grew not from me straining them to grow, but they grew from everyday normal activities. I didn't do anything to make my butt stick out. I mean, I did glute activation exercises, but I didn't do anything strenuous. I didn't do dumbbells or, leg lifts or, now I'm doing some of that. But the leg lifts that I'm doing, they're strategic, they're in the realm of glute activation exercises. And yeah, so that's my update for now. It's hard. The holidays are hard. I just have to try to figure out not to comfort myself with food, because I like food. I like to comfort myself with it. I'll get these candies they're organic, and it's just coconut and chocolate, but it's still something. It's sugar. I'm not supposed to eat sugar, and yeah. Anyway, it's hard. Thank you, and hit the subscribe button and like my video and share it with other people. Thanks.